Hello, this is Crow99, and this is Kerbal Space Program Episode 2. So, I haven't gotten any feedback from last episode yet, which is understandable. There have only been 5 views as of this recording. So, I really would like if anybody does watch, so please post a comment. I mean, you don't have to, just if you have any at all suggestion, because I'm definitely going to see it. So, here I am working on the new orbiter. I put another fuel tank there. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but this is a very minimalistic rocket, having only 2 stages, and the last one having only 1. If you really want to get into orbit, you can just add a lot of stuff. So here I'm using the Sepatron. I've only ever used Sepatrons once or twice before this. They're kind of useful, but they're not really necessary. And the reason is all they really do is make it so that things don't knock into other things. But if you remember from last episode, when I separated those solid rocket boosters when I only had 4, they crashed into my engine and took it out. That was just because I was turning, but I don't want to have to worry too much about that. So, here we go launching. And, oh, yeah, about that crew report. So, I said before that every single biome gives you a different science result. Now, the launch pad is considered a biome. The Kerbal Space Center, like the area in between all those buildings, is also a biome. The launch pad for space planes is a biome. The ocean that you can fly into easily is a biome. And the grasslands around the Kerbal Space Center are a biome. Also, there's a shore in between the grassland and the ocean that just borders every body of water. So, if you really want to get a lot of science easily, of science easily, then you can just go around this general area. Like, you could put down a single command module, then just use the torque to roll off the launch pad into the KSC, or put on a very small rocket, maybe just a tank and a small engine, and fly into the ocean or the grassland. I'm going to try to not play it like that because that's a very boring way. Like, I hate when I watch the Let's Play and people just try to win the game the easiest way. I'm going to try to make this as interesting as I can, doing weird missions and stuff. So, also something I don't believe I mentioned yet is that if you don't really understand what's happening in this, I'm thinking of making kind of tutorial-ish thing for Kerbal Space Program. Essentially, it'll just be me showing off what's possible in the game, and not really a tutorial for how to do everything, just showing the game itself. And hopefully that'll help people who don't really get the game. And I understand there's probably a lot of people because this is a popular game, but it's not extremely widespread or well known. So I don't know when I'll be getting around to that, but just know that it'll happen, so you don't feel inclined to go to the wiki or something for this game if you don't understand something. So here I am trying to get into orbit, and yeah, you might notice I'm trying to limit my thrust. That's again because of the efficiency of the engines in the atmosphere. They are less efficient in atmosphere than they are in a vacuum. So whenever I'm in atmosphere and traveling up, I try to limit my thrust so that I can use more of the fuel higher up, it'll be more efficient. So I'm trying to be increasing, but not increasing too much. So because this is a very minimalistic rocket, I had to get very low orbit. I would suggest if you try to get into an orbit, 85 or 90 meters, 85 or 90,000 meters, so I guess 85 kilometers if you're not from America. And that'll get you out of the atmosphere. But I was trying to just get the very minimal thing where there would be no more atmosphere. But I could still get an, but I could still get an EVA report I believe I might have done that. But also, I don't know if I've said this before about Bandicam, but it only lets you record in 10-minute sections, which is really annoying. I think I heard that there's some other recording thing that also only lets you record in 10 minutes, but then it lets you record right afterwards. But you probably won't notice, but there's several seconds, like 10 seconds in between some of these things that are gone because I didn't, I had to restart the recording. EasyVid doesn't have that problem, so I may use EasyVid for Kerbal Space Program. Actually, in order to edit this, normally what I do, this might not be the best idea, but I just upload a bunch of the clips, the 10-minute clips, onto YouTube. Then I use the YouTube video editor to put them together. However, for this, in the last Kerbal Space Program episode, I uploaded them to EasyVid, and then I sped them up. Because you can't speed them up in YouTube, you can only slow them down. I might be able to find another better video editor, but for now I'm using EasyVid. I may continue to experiment with it. Also, I believe I figured out how to get the audio working again. I can finally get a live commentary for Minecraft, if I get around to it. But I really want to get a good design for the house, although I haven't really been working on that. I haven't gotten an episode out recently. I haven't had any time. I've been up really late working on homework. So you can see I got into an orbit. Now, what I'm trying to do here is I want to land on a good biome. So there's a big desert there on that one side, and the last several times when I played this game on a very low tech level, I have managed to just deorbit into that. And this time I probably could have actually, because I saved fuel. However, I was really scared that I would be coming in too fast and crash. So right here you can see I'm trying to get just over it and to land in the desert. But once I eventually get there, I just give up and I start burning retrograde to slow myself down. I still don't completely slow myself down enough, but I do manage to survive with only one thing being destroyed, which is good. Yeah, that's the desert. And like I said earlier about the biomes, you'd want to land in different biomes. Now the thing is, landing in grasslands isn't that useful because it's right next to the KSC. Landing on a shore also isn't that useful. Landing in the ocean is really not useful. It's actually, because of the way the game works, it's actually more dangerous landing in the water than it is landing on land. It's kind of weird. But the desert, there is a small one at the bottom of the continent that the Kerbal Space Center is on, but it's much easier to land in the bigger one. And it's just a pain to just fly over there. And you can see I went on EVA report. The thing about EVAs is that they're really, really useful for orbit, because even if you're in space in a vacuum, they still give you the thing high above the grasslands or high above the ocean. They still give you biome specific, so if you just want to take some time to orbit around the Kerbal, you can just take an EVA report from all the different biomes. But unfortunately, in order to transmit that back, you need electricity. And what I forgot about this small engine, the LVT-40 I believe, yeah I think it's the 40, is that it doesn't produce electricity. Now the LVT-30, 45, and pretty much all the other engines produce electricity when they burn, so that's how you get the electricity, but this one doesn't. So you see that I only have 18.5 for electric charge, and I won't be getting any more, so I have to be really careful. I can't keep on the SAS for stability because that takes up electricity slowly. Every time I turn the ship, it takes up a little bit of electricity every time I use the torque, and every time I transmit back, it uses a lot of data. And I believe I can turn on the engine without it though, so that's good. So I believe this is the point where I gave up. No, not yet, but pretty soon I'll be giving up on that desert. I do end up actually getting pretty lucky. I end up in a highlands biome on the side of a small mountain, which is pretty nice. It's not the best. Like the two biomes I have trouble finding generally are wastelands. No, not wastelands. Is it? I forget what it is, but this one biome, I forget the name of at the moment, and the mountaintops. Now, mountaintops are just the mountains. The area around the mountains that are so hilly are the highlands. Highlands are more difficult than grasslands or oceans, but they're not that difficult to get to. So now you can see here I gave up on the desert, but I did use a bit more fuel there trying to get myself onto land, because I hadn't landed on land yet. So right now I'm still burning retrograde, but then I burn south to try to get onto that little peninsula, and then I burn a little bit prograde, or I might have already done that, to try to get farther inland. Yeah, here we go, I'm burning prograde now, so that I can get a little bit farther inland to account for myself slowing down. The only point where I can really just stop and burn retrograde is once I am over land, then I can just burn downwards to slow my descent. See, now I'm still moving at over 1,000 meters per second, so 3,000 feet per second, that's pretty fast. And I tried to get really shallow incoming because I want to spend as much time, well, every time you're going really fast in Kerbal Space Program in the real world, you want to spend a lot of time in the atmosphere to slow yourself down. So that's what I was trying to do. And see, I'm slowing down pretty fast now. And my orbit is lowering. My parachute is deployed. And that's what I'm talking about. I only have one parachute. So that one parachute enough can't slow me down to safe landing speed. Safe landing speed for this is 10 meters per second or lower, which still seems kind of fast to me. I mean, 30 feet per second you'd think would do a lot of damage. And it can, unless you go a little bit lower. But above that, it starts getting dangerous, and that one parachute can't quite slow these like 10 tons of rocket down that much, which is why I should have put on side parachutes, but I forgot I was going to do that. So you can see here I'm burning retrograde to try to slow myself down, and there you can see the little thing that shows my altitude. See there, I'm going up 14.1 meters per second. That's 12 feet per second faster than I should be going. It's 12 feet, not meters. And here I go burning retrograde to slow myself down, but then I stop. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I really love the cockpit view. And that gives you all the controls. Alright, here I go, landed on the side of a mountain, getting all the experiments. So this is so annoying. I got a crew report from above the highlands, then I couldn't transmit it back because I was trying to save electricity. And now I can't transmit it, so I had to delete it. I go on EVA, and I planned on planting a flag, but I guess you can't plant flags on mountains or something. Maybe that's a glitch. And no, it didn't work out. So this is just about over. I've managed to get into orbit finally. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment, say anything you want about this. I hope you enjoyed. And this has been Fern99. Thanks for watching. Oh, before I go though, still need to recover these. Got a lot of signs. Gonna unlock some stuff. Finally, SAS units. Now I won't have so much trouble spinning out of control. Thanks for watching.